10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 314. Last week I said 303, and you probably didn't catch it, but I was editing, and I was like, well, that's not right. So I put a buzzer in there, or I made a buzz sound, and then did an AI 313.
There you go.
Yeah, I corrected it. Yeah, I was like, geez, 1 second in, and I already got the episode number wrong. Come on. So
they all run together.
They do. How's it going, Larry?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. Let's see, what do we do? We always cover the weather in our helmets, right? No, so doing well this week. It's been busy work. We're getting ready for the semester to start next week. So wrapping up lots of projects and stuff. Did some gig work this past weekend, and all the Western students are rolling in. So picking up.
Yeah, good. That would be great for you to earn some more business and some more money.
Definitely.
It's been interesting. I've had a lot of trouble sleeping the last couple days, and I don't know. Mm-hmm. You know, I haven't driven bus long enough to know, but I don't know if I'm like anxious about school starting, or I'm depressed or what. But like, I've been having trouble falling asleep and like waking up in the middle of the night, and like I don't know anything different, but I'm not actually thinking about the busing a lot during the day, so I don't know what's going on. But
it's called getting old.
Yeah, that's true. I've been sleeping like shit and all that fun stuff. But anyways, all right, stories from the road. Do you have any? I know you said you did some gig work. Nothing exciting, other than me crashing out over the weekend.
No, pretty tame. I didn't really have anything outstanding. Just did a little food delivery, did a little ride share, but yeah, nothing to write home about.
Okay. Well, for me, I've been doing a lot of flex route. That's been okay, and I think we talked about it on the if we didn't talk about it on the Patreon, we talked about it on the regular show or the Patreon. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. But we talked about BT trucks, better trucks, BT trucks, better trucks. I don't know. So it's another gig app like VHO or Amazon Flex, just a little bit different. And I had a week before this past Monday, I had scheduled a route, said it was reserved. They kind of do it. They drop them all, and then you pick them up throughout the week. But it's not like an everyday thing. Like if I went right now, any routes this week would have been already scooped up. So I reserved a route for Monday at 10 o'clock. So I get there, and the guy, and it's a small little place, like, there's renting a space, and the packages look like, VHO. They're smaller bags, not very many big boxes. And I was like, hey, I'm here for my route. He's like, oh, I don't have a route for you. I was like, okay, do I get paid then? And he goes, oh, no, you don't get paid. And I was like, okay. And he's like, well, that was reserved, meaning if something becomes available or somebody doesn't show up, you will get the opportunity to take that route. And I was like, okay. And so I started picking his brain. I was like, all right, so what's going on here? What does the algorithm do? Like, how do I get chosen for a route? And he made up some, you think he was a fucking CEO. He started talking about like, there's 3 different buckets. There's the drivers that do routes all the time. There's new drivers and something else. I had already tuned him out. And he says that the algorithm AI picks, mostly then the drivers that have done it a lot, and then a couple other things. And he goes, but I can override it. So I'm like, okay, do I have to suck you off? Is that, is the algorithm choosing it or not? Because what I noticed, so basically backing up a little bit, he goes, you can wait 15 minutes. We'll see if everyone shows up. Everyone did show up. There was no route for me, so I'll jump to that. But as I was waiting and watching these people come in, he knew everyone's names. So these drivers that are doing these routes are coming in every single day.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, you say it's an algorithm, but then you can override it. I guess I'm confused. And he's like, well, I can get you a route tomorrow. I can guarantee you a route tomorrow because you showed up today. And maybe because I showed interest, I mean, me clicking okay and not, reject or forfeiting it probably means I'm going to show up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of confusing. So I just said, well, I can't do it Tuesday. I can do it today. Well, I ended up canceling today because what I found out is it does not pay a lot. So he showed me a sample route. And this kind of made my decision already Monday for Wednesday, but I still kept it active. I may have changed my mind, but it was like a 3 or 3 hour route or maybe a 4 hour route and it had like 80 stops.
Oh.
It was going to pay like $78. And I was like, fuck that. But I did keep it for today. And so I will show you a picture that shows initially what you get when you get a request. It says reserved right there. The zone B is like my area, Wyoming. Value is 75 to 140 because according to them, they don't get their shipment until the day of. Like that morning, I think they come in and they sort them out or something like that. I don't know. That's what he told me. So that's what it looks like when you reserve it. And then this is what I ended up seeing today before I cancel it. So if you look, the payment was going to be $67 to 74, 2 to 4 hours of a route and 30 packages in Wyoming. So maybe that was going to be a good one. I don't know. I just didn't feel comfortable taking it. So I ended up just
dumping it.
I don't know if that was a good thing, but like it sounds like this is a job. It doesn't sound like it's a gig work. If I have to like prove that I have to come every day to actually get an opportunity to do a route, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, especially with school starting back.
Well, not even with that. I don't think I would do it anyways. I mean, I guess $67 for 30 stops. I mean, it's not horrible, but I mean, if it's for 4 hours, it's not. And I guess for 4 hours at 74 is not because that's less than 25 an hour. So even with all this information, it still hasn't given me an accurate number. And I know that's not a big difference between 67 and 74, but I don't know. It just felt a little not shady, just something I don't know if I want to fart around with.
Yeah. And
yeah, I
if
mean,
that was the 4 hours and in the lower end, that's and you just don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know. And I guess each of those delivery apps have an element of unknown, right?
Sure.
Flex, I know exactly how much I'm going to make, but I don't know where I'm going to go, and I don't know how many miles I'm going to drive.
Right.
Veho, I guess Veho, honestly, if you take it at a surged route, gives you the most information. It tells you where you're going to go and how many stops you have and how much you're getting paid. But if you take them the night before, when they don't show that, you don't have that transparency. So they all kind of have a little bit of an advantage, but I don't think I'm doing better trucks. I should have just done it for the experience, but I decided I didn't want to work today. And I'm like, I'm not farting around with this. I got to mow the lawn and run some errands and stuff. Do I really want to be pissy, but the rest of the day from this stupid ass app? So that's my stories from the road. I'm not saying I won't do it again, but I think maybe this is maybe a next summer kind of thing. They've only been in Grand Rapids for 6 months. I don't know. It just felt weird because like I don't want to have to prove to you every day that I'm going to be here because that's like a job.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The route, then I'm going to be here for the route.
Exactly. Like I was. And then like, if there's a bucket for new people, I'm fucking new. Like, can you give me you would think they would be like, all right, let's get this guy hooked. Right.
Let's get him in here and get him in the rotation.
Yeah. And he might be a good driver and whatever, but yeah, I don't want to have to like work every day or work every other day just to stay in the system. If I go on vacation for a week and come back and I can't get a route, like I don't want to depend on that. So I could be completely wrong, and that's not how it works. The guy didn't seem super confident himself explaining it to me. Nice guy. I didn't have a problem with him.
Yeah, just making it up as he went.
Well, and I was just like, hey man, I've been doing this for a while. Do you understand where I'm coming from? He goes, no, I totally get where you're coming from. He goes, I don't own the company. I just work for him. I'm like, I get you, but it felt like he was like, especially said he could override it. I'm like, are you the grand master or something? Like for this depot, you can just say, oh, well, I'll just take, Joe off and put Jason on.
There you go.
I don't know. Just felt a little weird. Felt a little off by it.
Sounds a little weird.
Yeah. But
and VHO and BSB trucking or whatever it's called. Yeah.
BT.
I signed up for them, but of course, they're not in Bowling Green.
Right. Of course. Yeah. The VHO I like because it gets a little busier at the end of the week. So like if you haven't worked and the routes sometimes get close to what I want. Sometimes they don't. But here's the thing. A lot of times the area is so centralized to where I live. Like the last time I did a VO, I literally delivered to my neighbor. My next door neighbor was my last stop. I mean, you can't beat that. So yeah, the money might have been a little bit less than what I would have taken for Amazon, but I'm not freaking driving to fucking Timbuktu.
Yeah, you sound like you had one of those routes that Faith gets.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, exactly. Like drive 25 miles.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of my deal. That stuff's going to dry up a little bit as school starts 2 weeks from this past Monday. So,
okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my stories from their own. Nothing dangerous. There's your tip for BT. Better trucks. Better trucks is not better. It is not better. So. All right, gig economy in the news. We talked about this. We didn't get to it last show, and then we talked about it on Patreon, but it was such a irony moment that I thought we should bring it front and center for today's show. So Larry's going to talk about a new job for DoorDash drivers.
Yeah, and of course, in my mind, when I was prepping for the show today, I was like, wait a minute, I know I talked about this last time. And then I went back and looked at the sheet, and I was like, we did talk. And I was like, oh, wait, no, we talked about that on the Patreon.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, this is a new thing from DoorDash. So they interviewed a guy, Davina, so I guess it might be a girl. Yeah, it is a girl. Davina, Bobby, a DoorDash worker in Mesa, Arizona. She was being interviewed by Business Insider, said that she received an offer in July through the DoorDash app to go and load a robot. Instead of delivering food to the customer, she got offered to go to the restaurant about 2 miles away, pick up the order and put it inside the little dot robot that was waiting in the parking lot. Said she also had to photograph and document each step of the process, but it took about 5 minutes and paid about $5. So yeah, she said, she had a screenshot of her app that showed the instructions for the driver to find the dot robot and saying that the customer's name would appear on the robot's light bar. And then, so apparently they use this when I guess some of the restaurants are too busy to and receive a large number of robot delivery orders. The restaurant doesn't have time for its workers to be loading them, so they'll send out a request for DoorDash drivers if they want to come do it and, make a quick $5 by loading up a little dot robot.
It seems strange to me that they wouldn't have time to take I mean, it's what, 5 steps from the inside of the restaurant. I mean,
if they're busy, they're walking stuff out to the cars they have pull over anyway.
Yeah, it's very strange. And typically and I don't know which restaurants are using this because I know they're probably just still testing all these things as far as the robots. But like McDonald's has an exclusive deal with DoorDash, and they make them a priority. And so you would think that they would do that for this, but maybe it's just since it's a trial or a quote unquote beta that they're not, if we can't get to it, then send your own people over to do it.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of a slap in the face if you're like, hey, go load this delivery robot, the one that's going to take your job, which I really don't think, like, especially in your area too, maybe it's so suburbia that like,
oh yeah,
it wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't work here. I told you some of the deliveries I get here, man. I mean, it may go 10, 15 miles out in the boonies. There ain't no robots coming out there.
Well,
And-
even if you think about it, there's not a. I mean, I was saying for me, there's not even a lot of apartments in
Mhm.
like Granville has a lot of restaurants, but there's not even. I mean, there's like a couple hotels that are close to like the
Sure.
restaurant strip that might work, but not any like apartments or anything. It's just suburban homes, and I can't imagine that things. I wonder how far it does go. Like, what is its
Yeah, what's the
geofencing
range?
parameters? Not even the range, but like how far do you think they will deliver? That's a good question.
Yeah, I'll look it up real quick here. And see
Yeah,
if we
I'm looking it up too.
it says it does not have a strict maximum set limit, but it's engineered for local neighborhood trips. Can operate for 6 to 8 hours on a single battery charge. So it doesn't really
Well,
say.
yeah, I get the battery.
It says it can carry up to 30 pounds. But it doesn't say how far they go.
Oh yeah, did you look it up on chat or did you look
Yeah.
at? Yeah, I
No,
did the same thing.
I just Googled it.
Oh, Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the same information. It hasn't told us specific miles, but
So it can go up to 20 miles an hour.
well, I don't want the mileage range. They keep
Right,
talking
I
about
know.
DoorDash Doc can operate for 6+ hours.
Right, yeah.
But
How
they
far
haven't
do
just
they send them out?
Well, yeah, I want to know exactly because are they sending them out, 2 miles? I mean, I guess if they can go 20 mile per hour times 6 hours, 120 miles in theory, that's quite a few miles. But that doesn't include all, like it said, like the stops and the
Yeah, I tried to
rough
reword the
terrain.
question, and it said it typically operates within a short radius of a few miles from the restaurant,
Yeah.
which is
I
what we
guess
expected.
Yeah, in my head, I feel like it would have to be so much closer, but what do I know? But yeah, so you might get a notification at some point for $5. You can, and it was probably the easiest $5 she ever made. The hardest part was driving there
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, you go, pick up the food.
because you literally go into the restaurant and go right outside, put it there, and you're done, and then you're off to the next.
Yeah,
I
take
wonder
a couple pictures.
Well, I was gonna say, I wonder if she did have to take pictures.
It did say that. It did say that she
okay.
had to document it along the way. Let me see where it found out again. Yeah, it said that she had to take pictures along the way. Had to photograph and document each step of the process. So
okay, I mean, it makes sense, but
there's not many steps. Pick up the food, put it in the robot. I mean, that's pretty
yeah,
much it.
yeah. I mean, not that hard.
No, not a lot of steps.
A lot of talk that's been happening about Flock, and there's an article that popped up earlier this month. Is Flock pitched? That's fun. God, I'm great at speaking. I should have a podcast. Flock pitched a plan, so that's tough, to turn Uber and Lyft drivers into roaming surveillance vehicles. So the document provided that they intended a partnership last August when multiple sources said or provided information on the plan. Let's see. Oh, keep reading free. No, thank you. They said Flock told 404 Media in an email it never executed the partnership with Nexar, but the presentation still shows Flock's ambitious plan to constrict rideshare and delivery drivers to collect license plate data for its network. It's not clear whether Uber or Lyft or drivers working for those apps would have been aware of the data collection. Shady AF. So yeah, it just kind of talks about how I guess Nexar, did they have a deal with Uber? I think with dash cams, was that the company? Because
that must. That's what I'm wondering. Uber offered to give you a dash cam. That must have been through Nexar.
I think so.
I assume, yeah. I think it was. I'll try to verify that, but yeah, because the only way it's going to work is if it's a Uber controlled owned.
Well, yeah.
Camera.
They said Flock's automatic license plate reader are usually stationary. Obviously, we've heard a lot about it. It's a hot topic in the areas. The Nexar partnership would have made those data collection efforts mobile. Axon, the law enforcement contracting agent, also sells ALPR cameras to some of its the police officers for the roaming cars. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on. And as I was like reading through this today, I was looking at it, and then right at the last paragraph, I was like, In May, 404 Media reported a company called Bus Patrol, which I've heard of, that has cameras installed in tens of thousands of school buses, plans to turn those cameras into ALPRs and give access to the data to law enforcement. I'm like, bro, like we don't have those in our buses, but I know a lot of semi companies and stuff like that have those AI cameras. I'm assuming Amazon, the DSPs, I've seen those. They're like a little just thing that you put in the window. And yeah, it's not cool. I mean, whether your opinion on that is whatever your opinion on that, I just find it weird, especially not letting the party know about that, especially with the rideshare drivers, if that was the case, or like putting it in a bus, and then you're just like giving it to law enforcement. Like that seems weird.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. People I don't think would have as much of a resistance to this if we haven't already seen how much it's been abused.
That's the thing. Like I don't mind if it's in there under lock and key and need a subpoena to get it or a warrant. Like
Yeah.
I mean, just like my phone,
Right.
you can't look at my phone without a warrant. You're just not going to look at it.
Yeah. But you read about a police officer that looked up his ex-girlfriend like 200 times through the system or something like that and was stalking her everywhere.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, just in that article, there was some stuff on the side. It looks about it. It said, let's see if it pops up. Cops use flock to track a man across state lines to create pretext to search his car for weed. And I think you may have told me that. Somebody told me that story. They basically followed him from Michigan into like Wisconsin, and that was the way for them to get probable cause to like search his car, because they followed him from Michigan, because weed is legal.
Weed?
Yeah, weed is legal in Michigan, but not in Wisconsin. I know. But see, that's an abuse.
Sure it is. Yeah. I mean if you're going to abuse it for a murderer or something.
I mean, there may be more to the story. He may be a dealer. It may have been, who knows? But
still, it's you're breaking the rules. You're not doing
and just reading the article, and I hate that this company is like, yeah, we'll give you the data. I'm like, come on, like get a warrant for it, like how everything else does. Like it's just kind of shitty. But anyways, all right, patreon.com/the GigEcon podcast. Love for you to I forgot what I was doing. Love for you to join. It's a great platform for sharing things. When you sign up, you get at the $3 tier, you get ad-free episodes, you get the pre-show banter. At the $7 tier, you get all the Patreon audio and video. You can watch it live, or get it later in your podcast player. So right now there's a special till the end of the month. You get half off your first month and a 7-day free trial. We'd love for you to join. Go to patreon.com/the GigEcon podcast. Want to thank our Patreon members as always. Samson, Bud, Omar, Frank, Tom, Jim, Miguel, Lindy. Jesus Christ. It's like when I'm thinking in my head, like, how you talk in your head and it's like perfect. And then you start putting it out and talking and it just doesn't work.
It doesn't
Linda from Tampa, Jerry, Faith, Metal, Kickass, and Anna. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show.
Yeah, you should join the Patreon and get that pre-show banner. That's where the real rubber meets the road. That's where it happens.
Right, for sure. Yeah, today it was a little short because my computer decided to update. And so it's usually stupid tech stuff or anyways, check it out. Okay. Larry, CringeMart, is this a legit thing? Like, or is this just like a satire article from DoorDash?
No, I think it's actually I think DoorDash is actually doing it inside their app. So
gotcha.
What it is, DoorDash, I'm sure it's just a marketing thing. Somebody came up with but it works pretty good actually. So DoorDash had an announcement the other day. So today we're introducing CringeMart, a new in-app storefront and campaign designed for life's most awkward, intimate, and TMI essentials. No eye contact required.
Mm.
Says, yeah, we've all had to make a purchase that we hope no one saw us make, whether it's walking to the pharmacy counter with a single box of hemorrhoid cream or realizing you need a plunger at the most inconvenient time possible. The embarrassed aisle is a universal experience. So today we're introducing CringeMart, a new in-app storefront designed for life's most awkward, intimate, and TMI essentials, created in partnership with Loop. So yeah, they talk about starting August 3rd. You can skip in real life cringe by searching CringeMart directly in the DoorDash app. You can shop from a series of custom curations tailored to life's most awkward needs, from a product called Go Piss Girl, which UTI test and treatment, to something called Daily Dump, which is a
What
laxative
the hell?
digestive relief. Oh goodness. Let's see. Also, it says cringe carts by the numbers. We've looked at data, and it turns out cringe is a very high volume business. In 2025 alone, over 4 million customers turned to DoorDash for the most awkward essentials. So they broke down some numbers. It says, by the second, it said these moments don't wait, and neither do our customers. In fact, a condom is sold every 37 seconds on DoorDash, and 2 laxatives are sold every minute.
What?
Let's see. Committed to cringe. It says, for some, cringe is a way of life. We had one customer that placed over 659 cringeworthy orders in a year.
Shut up.
Oh my goodness. Cringe combos. DoorDash is a one-stop shop, and customers don't just come for one item. Those popular cringe combos include Imodium and Flaming Hot Cheetos,
What?
extra sensitive condoms and candles, and mac and cheese and laxatives. And then last but not least, putting cringe on display. To celebrate the launch of this product, DoorDash is bringing the data behind these moments into the spotlight. In New York City and LA, custom billboards will feature a live condom counter updated
That's
in real time.
hilarious.
That is pretty good. That is pretty good. You got to remember, hand it to their marketing people.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So one of the things I don't understand, laxatives, like to help you shit.
Yeah.
So clearly people are eating a lot of cheese and a lot of like
Yeah.
we're almost at, like selling laxatives quicker than condoms. Like y'all need some water or something.
Yeah.
Like Christ, lay off the
Stay
Red Bull.
hydrated, man. Stay hydrated.
Holy shit. That's incredible.
Oh, hey, Faith.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's
I
pretty
do
wild.
think there is a market for them to jump on board, especially if it's coming out of their market, their Dash Mart, is to put them in like discrete bags, like
packaging, discreet
Yeah.
packaging. Yeah.
you know how like I feel like there's a lot of states, and don't quote me on this, but you used to be able to, or used to have to put liquor like in a brown paper bag. Like that was, you had to hide it. I remember, I don't know where I was. They're like, you need to have it in this bag. I'm like, well, I'm not going in the street to fucking drink it. Like, that's the rules, man. I was like, okay, like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel like, DoorDash could do that from the marts, or maybe like with Walgreens, like if you
Sure.
do a condom or a laxative or
Yeah, we'll
whatever,
put-
you have
yeah,
to
we'll-
put it in a brown bag.
Yeah. We'll have to keep it concealed and
Or they could literally do the marketing again and put cringe bag on it.
make like a cringe box or something.
Yeah, like, I don't want to carry it as a driver, but wherever I pick it up,
Yeah.
I would be like, hey, I need a cringe box or a cringe
Yeah.
bag. This is a cringe item.
Yeah.
Me personally, I mean, I've bought tampons. That doesn't,
Oh yeah.
that doesn't bother. Well, none of it really bothers me.
Yeah.
But I haven't bought any. I don't think I've done condoms. I don't think I've done any like personal. What do they call them? From personal massagers. I haven't done. Yeah, that's
Walgreens.
yeah, I haven't done any of those. But how about you?
For shopping, no, I haven't.
Yeah, you don't do a lot of shopping.
No, I
that's
do.
right.
I do not. I do like practically zero shopping.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know about Faith or Bubba Sue, but like, yeah, I haven't done anything crazy. But clearly, the numbers say otherwise.
It's happening. It's somebody's buying it.
Yeah, and I am
delivering it.
happy that they're buying condoms. Like, I appreciate the practicing of the safe sex. I know
sure.
they suck, men. I get it.
Yep.
But you don't want to get a girl pregnant or STD. So
Exactly.
All right. Where are we at? Oh, okay. This is a video of a driver. Larry and I couldn't tell if it was fake or not. He's very upset.
Yeah.
For the $2 either tip or $2 order he took. So we'll watch that. And I haven't watched the whole thing, but it kind of seems fake. But then I saw it go viral and no one really said it was fake. So who knows? Here we go.
Pretty pissed.
I feel like the stuff at the end makes me think it's fake. Like it was a little, like he kept saying it. And then
at the end, maybe a little over the top there at the end.
I haven't confirm or deny it's AI, or not AI. It couldn't be AI because it's from a ring. Well, I guess it could be. It's from a Ring camera, but
regardless of whether it was a setup or not, I'm sure this stuff happens. We know it happens.
Well, I feel like it wasn't, or because he did kind of tap all the buttons to take a picture and all that. Like he did what he was supposed to do. So maybe it was real.
Yeah.
So Faye says you took it. So why the complaint? But unless it was saddled with another one.
Yeah.
Because they hide that shitty one. When you take a double, you're like, oh, that mileage. I mean, it happens all the time. That mileage looks fine with the amount, but what you realize is that you're getting the extra amount from the base pay from DoorDash, and that other one has 0 tip. Because I've definitely had that happen several times. So, but yeah, if that was real, he probably doesn't have a job anymore. And is it that big of a deal? I mean, we never know what people are going through, but seriously, like calm the fuck down. So
definitely needs some he needs some weed from that dude.
I was just gonna I don't know what you were gonna say, but whatever you said, I was gonna say he needs a little bit of weed. He needs to take the gummy and chill the fuck out.
Great minds think alike, man.
I know. I'm like, geez, dude, you don't need alcohol, you need some weed.
Yep. Chill.
Okay, I thought this was kind of funny. This guy does a lot of rideshare videos. I watch a couple other ones and they were okay, but I do enjoy this one a little bit. But and Gabe and I have I've talked to Gabe about all his notifications and he doesn't turn them off. Because I asked him, I'm like, do you turn those off during your ride? He goes, fuck no, I don't. So this is
I turn all my stuff off when I'm taking
I do too. Well, I don't take a lot of rides, but I turn all my stuff off too. So here we go.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I was trying. I know you guys couldn't hear me. People on the pod will be able to hear me in the audio, but I was like, okay, that's Lyft.
Yeah.
That's DoorDash. That's Uber.
Yeah. So the audio listeners, it's this guy and the headlines like when you've been sitting there and it's been dead. So you take the $5 ride, and then all of a sudden all your notifications for all your other apps seem to explode. And I don't know, but I don't know how true it is when if they do, relate it to movement. But I know I've been set in places for a while, sometimes doing just ride share and like nothing. And then like, all right, screw it, I'm going to move. And like the second I take off, I get a ride.
I think there is some truth to that.
It's happened to me too many times to not believe that there is something to that.
Yeah, especially if you're if you're multi-apping and you're on another app and you get a ride from them and then you move a couple miles down the road and then the other one goes off. I can definitely see that. I don't have any of my, I can't figure out how to turn Ubers off. Like, even if you have the volume all the way down, Uber like overrides that. But I typically don't have any of my audio alerts on for any of my stuff.
Right. Yeah. And my problem is now Uber used to override everything, but now like if I have Lyft up on the screen, but Uber's in the background, all I get's it's like a little flash of text up there. I don't get a noise anymore. And I've been trying to get the noise to come back, but I can't figure out in the settings.
Well, at least on Android, I don't know if on Apple, but Android, it pops up like a big square on the bottom.
No, mine's a little tiny like notification.
Oh, you can't even read that.
No, and especially if you're not. I mean, if you're not looking at the screen, if you're driving, yeah, I know I miss stuff. So generally, I'll leave Uber on top,
and Lyft in the background.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Lyft will still notify you.
I mean, this, I know you have two phones and one's a personal one, but like it might behoove you to just have a Lyft on your personal so you can have both phones up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't have any notifications on, but like Walmart, I don't. And maybe I do for DoorDash. I don't know. I just feel like I get so many of them and I don't mind them popping up. And I'm usually looking at my phone anyway, so I don't need a audio alert. But Uber's aggressive with their, at least on my phone, they like to take over all the audio for some reason. I haven't spent the time to try to figure it out. But Bubba Sue said, I purchased and delivered. Well, I'm glad you purchased it. And I'm glad you delivered
I stole it and delivered it.
I stole it and I kept it for myself. Those are
There
the
you
other
go.
two options. I purchased and delivered a personal massager to a hooker at a hotel. Like, what does she need that for? I'm sure the man asked for it. He's like, oh, I need you to do this.
Yeah.
Gross.
That was his thing.
That was his thing. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if this is true or not. This is another video. There's an Amazon driver delivering, and it's a literal school bus. We'll show the video on that, but like I think he's like a flex worker, which they don't really say you can't drive a school bus. Maybe they do. I mean,
I would think the schools would not be happy about it.
Well, I can't remember now. We'll watch the video. I don't know if it's blacked out on the side because you can buy. I mean, you can buy it.
Yeah,
like
you can
we
buy
auction
school
off
bus.
school buses all the time for like
Sure.
$5,000.
Yeah.
And the only requirement. Well, we actually, before we send them into auction, we strip the lettering off. We don't paint over it, but we strip. You can faintly see it, but it's clearly not part of our fleet anymore.
Yeah.
So
A friend of mine in high school, him and his buddy lived in a bus for about 6 months.
like a deck, like they redid one or just.
Nah, took out a few of the seats
and just laid it. I have I'm not a big camper, but that would be a fun project. But honestly, every time I see that, people give up. And if you go to Facebook Marketplace right now, while you're listening to this show, if you go to Facebook Marketplace and search school bus for sale, you will find 10 of them. And 9 of them are not even gutted out, and their wife wants them to get rid of it because they bought it in hopes to do a project and they never did it. So don't buy them from the auction house. Buy them from Facebook Marketplace for half of what they auction for.
Yeah, a whole lot cheaper.
A whole lot cheaper. But that being said, it would be really cool. I would rather buy one that somebody already redid. I don't want to do the work. I want to walk in and go, oh, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I want to do this,
Yep.
Especially if you were part of a race team. I think about the small racetrack here. You could drive that bus from that track, pull your car behind it. Be pretty dope. All right, here we go. It's 15 seconds. Okay, it's blacked out.
It is blacked out.
It is spray painted over. So some people said maybe his car was behind it, but I think I wish that I don't know why it cut off there unless the car was behind it and they tried to make a viral video, because like, why not watch him get in it, shut the door and drive away? But
sure.
I can't remember the requirements now, like at some of the, not the same day places, but like Faith will correct me. There's she does not do same day. She does I don't know what it's called, but anyways, I don't think they would let you drive that bus in there. I mean, there is a pretty big overhang, so I guess it would fit, but the other one, you just pull into a parking lot and you walk inside and grab your cart and walk it out. So I don't see a problem with it, but
the whole question, why would you drive a school bus?
I mean,
I can't get your gas mileage.
Well, no, but I mean, I've seen people rent U-Hauls to do flex. I mean, I've seen them in the warehouses. I mean, maybe they're in a pinch. I don't know. I mean, some of those U-Hauls you can honestly rent for $19, like the pickup trucks you can rent for $19 and maybe maybe it's a little bit more for unlimited mileage, but I mean, that's probably cheaper than renting an SUV
Yeah, sure.
or a cargo van. Faye said that's supposed to be flex. Where's his vest? Do you know the vests are not required to wear? You're only required to wear a vest inside the warehouse or when you're on Amazon's property. And even that doesn't get enforced. The warehouse I pick up, I would say a third of them don't have a vest on. So, um, there's a guy at my warehouse who drives a Sprinter van. It fucks everything up because he doesn't fit in the spot. Yeah, too long. He always has to be last in line. Yeah, at the warehouse she's going, I know because I just went to one when I did an afternoon one, which I typically don't. I usually do the same day. There are like lines painted, and it's made for cars. It's not made for Sprinter vans, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't have to wear your vest on delivery unless they've changed that. I mean, I always do. Why wouldn't you? In fact, when I do my VHO routes, I wear my Amazon vest because I mean, I like people give you the dirtiest look when you pull up, and I'm tinted out. You know me, a black car, tinted windows. But the second they see that vest, it immediately disarms them.
Yeah,
like, oh, Amazon.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you wouldn't want to wear a vest, but yeah, the gas mileage on that bus probably isn't great. I mean, my bus gets like 4 miles to the gallon. As Larry's dying over there. So, yeah, I see a lot of Priuses. Was it last night? No, Monday night. I did a morning route and an afternoon route. I saw a Tesla behind me, but I don't see very many electric cars. And I'm like, man, that if you can afford it, and maybe a lot of them can't, but like buy a used electric car. I'm like, your gas is $4 a gallon. It's got to be killing these guys. And I see these routes go for base, and I'm like, you're going for base, spending $4 a gallon. Like, you cannot be making any money.
Yeah.
I mean, in the moment you are, right?
Sure.
If you need to pay a bill, you got it. But in the long run, that doesn't work.
It's a wash. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a wash. Fucking hillbilly. Oh, wash. My grandma said wash too.
Wash.
All right. No Waymo today. I couldn't really find anything. Couldn't find any stories. I looked at some videos. I'm like, this is all the same shit. So no Waymo in the news.
Yeah, no Waymo in the news. I'll throw out the Waymo story for the week. I was telling Jason about it. I told my mom.
Oh, there you go.
Took my mom and pop dinner last night. I go down there every other week or so, and told her about me and my wife riding in a Waymo when we were in Nashville. And she's like, "What?" I was like, "It's an automated car. It's driven by computer." It blew her mind. She's like, "Why in the world would you do something like that? What were you thinking?"
I just see how serious your face is before you laugh, and I can see, like, I don't know your mom, but I can just see her with the deadpan face.
She
like,
was very serious about it. What was I thinking?
Yeah. What does she think about you doing like rideshare? I mean, you've talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, she's used to that. I've been doing it so long, but when I first started it, she wasn't real sure about that. And she'd ask me every now and then, "You still doing that? You were like driving them people around, you know?" And I'm like, yeah,
I do it once in a while.
Yeah.
You know what else? I have a lot of people that don't understand, and I guess this is just we're in it 24/7.
Yeah.
People always, especially I can see the old people. They always ask me what else I do because I went to breakfast with them this morning. They know I'm not just doing this job, but
sure.
Even like people my age, and they'll ask, what do you do? I go, I drive school bus, and they're like, oh, what do you do in the summer? I go, I do a lot of gig economy work. What?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm saying it too fast. Like, and then I'll go like, gig work. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So now I don't even say it. They ask, I go, oh, like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Walmart, Amazon. I list all the companies, and then they get it. But
yeah, they understand that more. Yeah. It's funny because, we are so, we've been immersed in it for 10 years, and it's just part of our vernacular. But yeah, you tell some people gig work, and like, huh?
And maybe I say it too fast, and I don't know.
That?
Yeah, what is that? I'm like, like
a band, playing gigs.
Yes. Yeah. I recently had somebody say that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've had that before.
But it was recent. Like, that's gonna drive me nuts. And they're like, I thought you meant you were in a band. I'm like,
yeah.
No, I'm not in a band. I can't remember what it was, but who knows? Couple of new Amazon things coming down. I got a couple of pictures to share, but first I'll let Larry read it. Is a new verification thing. Here we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. So there's a Amazon Flex message inside the app. It says updated identity verification process in the Amazon Flex app. Starting August 6th, there will be an updated identity verification process in the Amazon Flex app to help protect your account from unauthorized use. After you've parked and tapped I've arrived, the app will prompt you to open your camera and guide you through the updated process. This should only take a couple of seconds. For the best experience, make sure your face is well lit and clearly visible. Remove hats, sunglasses, and any non-religious accessories that cover your face. Use your face, not a photo, to complete the steps. If you're unable to complete the identity verification, contact driver support in the app for help. Thank you for delivering with Amazon Flex. So is this every stop you have to do this?
No. So it is once every 24 hours because I did it. I got it the first time. I think, I don't know if it was Gabe or Faith. One of those two got it the first time. And I got it Monday morning. And then when I did my Monday afternoon, I didn't have to do it.
Okay. So because just the way it sounds to me, saying I don't do Amazon Flex because they won't let me. It says, it says after you tapped I've arrived. So to me, that sounds like every stop when you're tapping I've arrived.
No. This is when you're just showing up to the warehouse. Yeah.
That's not a big, I would be all for this. I mean,
no, the, Faye says she failed on the third day. Oh, I think everyone's for it to get out scammers, people that are using like other people's account and stuff like that. I think the biggest issue for me is like, you can usually just take the picture while you're driving. This, you can't drive. You have to hold it so close with two hands. So, I mean, I'm usually always early. I'm never late. In fact, you can get there 15 minutes early to check in so you can start your route sooner. So it's no problem for me, but you have to be parked because you have to.
Yeah, just like Uber's verification.
No, it doesn't know that you're driving. You just it's so your hands have to be so still, and you have to hold the phone like this and like move it closer and watch these lights. I don't think you can do it while you're moving. Yeah, but no, you're right. Uber does not let you do it.
I know, and I forget about that so many times. I'll click on Lyft and I'll be like pulling out of my driveway, and then I'll hit Uber and I'm going down the road, and then got to verify, because it almost always does it when I first turn it on to work, and you're like, gosh dang, now I got to pull over somewhere.
The amount of times I've done the same, or I've like finished the ride and I'm getting, well, a lot of times it's an Uber ride, and I still have. Start going, you get on the highway, and then it's like, oh, you need to verify. Not even if I'm on Lyft, like it can be after an Uber ride. I'm like, why didn't you do this at the beginning of the shift?
Mine always does it at the beginning of the shift.
Oh, every time?
Yeah.
But it doesn't do it like you just said, or like when you turn it on and off?
Oh, very rarely.
Well, you just said you were driving away.
Well, like I'm pulling out my driveway. Like if I'm pulling out of my driveway, and as I'm pulling out, I'll click on Lyft and start it up, and then I click on Uber. And so I always try to remember, go ahead and do Uber, take the picture before I ever pull out of my garage. Try to get that going. But I'm old. I forget.
You must have enough of a break in between where it wants its picture, because when I'm doing. Well, I haven't done food delivery in a while. Walmart's kind of been shitty, so I've been just doing routes. But normally, if I'm doing Uber almost every day, like at least food delivery, it doesn't ask for it.
Yeah, and
once in a while.
Yeah, and that's over the last year I haven't done as much rideshare, so yeah, it's probably it's a longer time between when I go out usually.
Yeah,
we'll see how it is now that school's picking back up, and I'm gonna hopefully be driving more regularly.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right. And next thing, this is new Amazon return. So if you're not a flex driver, you are always required to bring the package back by 10 a.m., but it wasn't a hard and fast rule per se. And I've gone a couple of days and returned packages just because I don't do a route every day. I have been lately, but not regularly. And now you have to scan it. So it's like, now they know you have it. And like the last time I had one, I think it got canceled mid-route. So they clearly didn't want it. So I thought it wasn't a priority for me to bring it. But it just says basically the improved in-app scanning feature makes returns quick and ensures every package is tracked accordingly, which I can't believe it's taken this long for them to do that. The amount of like floating packages around in people's cars that, for whatever reason that got returned. There's another picture too. I don't know what this is. I don't know. It's just instructions. We don't need to read it all, but so that'll be interesting. I wonder if we're gonna get dinged for that. I'm maybe because like if I deliver, let's say I deliver on a Sunday, I got to work the next day for school.
Mhm.
What happens if I can't get it back by 10? Am I going to get dinged for that? And it didn't. I don't think it said that in there, but for how long they've gone without tracking those packages. Wow. And I had a gal the other day. She brought her whole cart in, and she's like, she had gotten an accident.
Oh,
Yeah. The day before. And so, like, must have been on her way to her route, and so she didn't bring anything back. Now, is she gonna have to scan every single one of those packages, like, after she gets in an accident? I don't know. It just seems kind of weird, but
yeah.
yeah, it's kind of fucked up. But yep, might be an extra step. You might have to go back, and you might get dinged for it. I mean, it would force people to go. I do it begrudgingly because I wouldn't want to dig on my account, but
Sure.
sometimes if I'm going west of the pickup location, halfway home is my home. I would have to basically backtrack
Right. And
like
go
2
past.
times to deliver this package. So it's just kind of frustrating, but I understand why they're doing it.
Sure.
All right, talking about unions again. I don't know what area this is, but Uber and Lyft drivers prepared to form a union. What
Yeah,
state is this in, Larry?
This is California.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. So yeah, out in California, it says hundreds of thousands of independent contractors for ride-hailing companies in California could be part of a union starting next month. The California Gig Workers Union, which represents thousands of app-based drivers, met a required 30% threshold of active drivers who are supportive of the effort, according to the state's Public Employment Relations Board. So under state law that went into effect this year, that support sets the stage for state regulators to certify the union within 30 days. So drivers in California, they've had a lot of battles over the last several years, where they were going to be considered employees or where they were going to be independent contractors. They passed, AB 1340, which gave drivers a path to form unions and bargain for, different kind of protections. Pay and benefits are the top two things that drivers say they're looking to bargain with the company. They state that what we all state that Lyft and Uber take too much out of the fares.
Yeah.
Also, fighting for better conditions. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Once this union, if they do certify it and they start bargaining with them, we'll see if they're able to get any concessions from the rideshare companies.
The thing is, though, how do you track conditions? You're in your own car. I mean, you kind of control your own conditions, right? I mean, I know that's the thing they say when you're like trying to form a union or whatever is the work conditions, but like you're in your own car. I mean, how do you?
Yeah, and they may not need it quite as literal. They may,
Yeah.
maybe they're talking about working conditions like there's no overtime, there's
Yeah.
sick leave, all that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see. They've certainly had a lot of legislation, and back and forth in California and a few other states. They kind of set the precedence for everywhere else. It seems like. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
I do think that, and we've talked about it before. I think there's a great place for some sort of protection. I just don't know how that's going to work.
Right.
I mean, you have to have the state thing like that happened in Seattle, or that's not the state, but like in New York City, you have to have it on that level to get those protections. Because and that wasn't done by a union per se. That was just done by like regulations from the government. But I don't know how you get that at a true like union where you have members and representation and contracts and stuff like that. I mean, I guess it would be good. I mean, depending on what it is, but yeah, I think we both agree there needs to be a little bit of a balance. But
yeah, you don't want them to go too far and be under complete control, but you don't want the companies just be able to do whatever they want with no regards to the contract.
Well, it's funny because like the way we get paid is kind of like a union because it's like it's not based on merit. Like everyone gets the same rate in the area you're in. Obviously, it's different from California to Texas or whatever. And that's like it is with me. I mean, people get paid more at a different school district than I do. But at my district, everyone gets these are the steps. Everyone gets paid that. It doesn't matter if you're an amazing bus driver or a piece of shit bus driver.
Yeah.
You get paid the same, which kind of sucks. Not going to lie. That's one part I don't like about the union. Not that I think I'm a great bus driver, but we have some awesome ones and we have some ones that might be better fit in a different field. But yeah, so we'll see how that works out. We're always just kind of watching how that works. Would you rather, I'm gonna ask you a question. Would you rather have a union I don't want to use the union word because it's like such a loaded word, but like some sort of association, or would you rather have the government involved making the regulations?
I'd rather have I'd rather start out with an association.
Yeah. Like these are the things that we want and we agree to as a group. And I agree too. No one really wants the government to step in. It's just sometimes it's good for some things, but it's like
I consider them, the weapon of last resort.
Yeah, for sure. If there's something like egregious going on that we can't get a hold of or to get the company to stop, they need to step in. But just trying to like,
it's not the first step though.
No, it's definitely not. It's at the end where if we can't figure this out. But I feel like as long as people keep doing the work, I think it's going to be fine. And I think I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm going to end it there. So, let's see. One last or two more, quick one. So Faith and I have been talking about this. This is, Amazon has been smoking methamphetamines for the last 3 months because some of these routes are crazy. You got 2, 3, and 18 right next to each other. And I don't know if they're trying some new software or what are they doing, because it used to be fine. Like I never used to really bat an eye. Every once in a while, it might be a little wonkadoo, but never to the point where I would study the map. And now every route I study the map. And Faith had talked about Spoke, which is a routing app, a while ago. I didn't really do anything with it because I wasn't doing a ton of flex. And then I started doing flex, and then I got fucked on a route that I didn't pay attention to enough. And I was like, you don't really realize you're zigzagging when you're doing long distance routes with a little bit of stops because you don't really know what's going on. The zigzagging, is if it's a tight route and you're like, I was just on this fucking street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is a video of a person experiencing that. And then we'll talk a little bit more.
Day after day, seems like I push against the clouds.
So it's kind of video of what Amazon had and how she did it. It was very short. So, but for audio listeners, like, literally it was like a lot
of backtracking on the Amazon version, crossing your path several times. And then when they planned it themselves, it was more of a linear progression.
Yeah, just kind of like a certain, and that's the thing, like, and especially as a new driver, you don't think about that. And then I bet most drivers get irate when they're like, oh my God, I was just here an hour ago. Like, what the fuck, So this app called Spoke, there's a couple of them out there. Spoke has been the best one so far. It is $20 a month if you want to take pictures of your route. So basically what I do, I have 2 phones. I say it's my personal phone, but I have gig apps on it. But I use my Android phone for Amazon. I can get 3 or 4 on a page. I take a picture, do the next one. You can route it. It optimizes it. You can put your ending stop, and that's what I've been using. I got a 2-week trial, so I'm trying it out. And then, of course, I'm back to school, and I don't think I'll pay $10 or $20 a month for it. But and it's helped. It's saved me some time, especially if you drive those rural routes where you're going all over God's green earth. I mean, it maps it accordingly, and then your last stop is your to your house. You know what I mean? Instead of ending way northeast, I want to be Southwest. And so, yeah, I would check it out if you're interested. I think it's worth the $20 a month if you're a gig worker regularly, because you can write that off and it will save you so much time. And you can just, funny, Faith didn't know the picture thing. I thought she did. I was like, well, you can get the light version, but it doesn't let you put pictures on. I'm like, I'm not copy and pasting 40 stops into this app. It's just not going to happen. So for $20, you can get all that taken care of, and it's great. So
Yeah.
they says the hilarious part, they sent an email early summer claiming less doubling back. I do remember that, and it's gotten worse. I think that the coders were like, this is going to be great. Oh, we fucked it up.
But this should have been a story from the road for you, though, when you were out testing this out the other day, and then and then my man about stroked out on us.
So I was so happy. It was the second day of using Spoke, and it saved me a ton. I was
You were so happy. You were so proud.
I was so proud of it. I was like, I found the way. The glory has arrived.
Yes,
And I'm like, I'm using this every time. And then I put Google Maps on, and it took me down to a place that had they must have decided just to close it. They had like the road commission closing it. They didn't have like a construction company. And it was routing me all over the place. And then I fucking freeballed it and said, oh, I'll do it this way. I go to get on the highway like north of there, and it's backed up from that area. And Larry's just everyone's laughing at me because I'm just like freaking out on the Telegram. Sorry, on the Telegram.
Yeah.
Chat.
Yeah, it was funny because I was out on a rare Monday doing gig work because I found out I needed some more dental work done, which is like $1,300, and it's like Daddy needs to make some money. So I was out on Monday, so like I'm gonna listen to some of the messages. I pull it up, and Jason is just stroking out, and then all of a sudden hear this message. Oh my God, it's a fucking train. Are you? It's a train. Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Yeah, because after I kind of like started to calm down and I was like finding my way, a freaking train was there. I was like, I know exactly where I was.
That was just like the piece de resistance right there.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's what you're missing on the Telegram group. You can hear me stroke out. And I was, if you listen to my progression of messages, I was giddy and happy. And then I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So it basically took me like an extra 25 minutes to get home, driving around like an idiot. So it kind of negated my amazing
you're like, this is good. I'm gonna be home within like 2 minutes when it said I was gonna be home. This is great. This is awesome.
I know. And that's another thing about Spoke. It'll because you're driving home and you set it up. It takes me a minute per stop. It can, I mean, within the minute, know when you're gonna be home. And I didn't fucking.
And then M.Dot got you.
And then 5-10 minutes later, Faith told me about an app called Waze, and that's my mind was blown. I had never heard of the GPS app called Waze, and
it's changed our lives, hasn't it?
It is. I will be honest. I did not plug in Waze. I maybe should have. Should have think about it. So I just read her comment. Then his voice goes into IP3 octave.
Goes up 3 octaves.
Oh, goes up 3 octaves. Yeah. Oh, it does. If I'm excited or frustrated, it's Mickey Mouse voice. My family calls it Mickey Mouse voice. But anyways, join the Telegram. You sometimes get those the beautiful things. Oh no,
we were being facetious.
Yeah, that was sarcasm. Because Faith, like in her message, it was so funny. She was like, she literally like, I think she thought she was providing an epiphany. Although, that being said, I probably should have tried Waze in that moment. I should have took a deep breath, pulled to the side of the road, kind of like looked at the maps. Like I'm trying to do this while I'm driving, which is very not safe. And it just adds to the frustration. But I should have brought up Waze because Google was not picking it up, but maybe Waze would have. So anyways, yes, I've heard of Waze. So yeah, I used to use Waze all the time. I don't know. I got sick of the cartoonish piece of it. I was like, I'm just gonna go back to Google Maps. And then Google Maps bought Waze, but they haven't really messed with it. But you really should use, I mean, I know we're running way long, but you really should use multiple apps because when I was doing a couple VHO routes, the address wouldn't come up in Google because it was so new. And I went to Apple and Apple had it. So, which is shock to me that Apple would have it over Google, but maybe Apple was in that area before Google updated it. But yeah, that's actually a great tip. You should use all 3 of those apps in a pinch when you're looking for an address, not when you're crashing out driving down the road.
And it amazes me. We've lived at our house for 11 years, and all the apps still tells to turn off the main road on a road called Gallant Fox, which there is no road called Gallant Fox. It's called Beaumont.
So it's not even close.
No, not even close. I've tried to get it changed several times, and finally I'm like, screw it.
That's weird. I wonder
11
why.
years I've been here, and it's been wrong.
I could see maybe like early on, and maybe the builder like that was a temporary name, and he decided in, because usually the builders of like the original of that development get to pick the names. You know what I mean? They pick the names of the houses or the streets, but that's wild that it still shows wrong
on all of them.
Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, all right. Any gig work this weekend, Larry?
Yes, yeah. I don't got any outside plans, so I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go out tomorrow night. Students will be rolling back in.
Thursday.
Thursday will be kicking off, and probably have some stories.
All right, yeah. I got the baseball, the second to last homestand this week, and then after this, we got one more week. We'll see. I might not. Who knows? But yeah. So, all right, 8:10 p.m. That's in 3 minutes. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/thegigecon podcast. And as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
We'll see you on the road.
All right, peace out.
Hey, good night, everybody.